There's a word that shows up all through the Bible, and it's the word shalom. And shalom is so much more than peace. Shalom is the world operating as God intended it. And let me tell you something. In shalom, in full shalom, there is no such thing as injustice. In shalom, there is no such thing as division. When there is shalom, there is unity. Every person has dignity, and the world works the way that it's supposed to. It looks like God, and it looks like love. But let's be honest. Our world is far from shalom. My name is Chuck Mingo, and I'm the founder of Undivided. We all have days we'll never forget. One of them for me is July 29, 2015. Because on that day, body cam footage was released from an officer-involved shooting of an unarmed African-American man in the city where I pastor. I knew that as that body cam footage was released, two things would happen. Number one, we were going to watch a person lose their life, and I was sobered by that. And I also knew my city and my church would be thrust into the challenge that is the racial divide in this country. Racism is a system that, based on the color of someone's skin, defines them as lesser value than other people in our society. And for years, the church has actually been a force for this to continue. However, if you look throughout history, you'll see that at various points, the church was also the force for good, the force that was bringing shalom to the racial conversation, whether it was William Wilberforce in Britain, whether it was the way that the body of Christ reflected the diversity and beauty of the Roman Empire in the first century, whether it was Martin Luther King and the church at the heart of the civil rights movement in the 60s. The church is a place that promotes shalom. And I want you to know, I believe God is calling the church again to step into this place of courageous leadership and ushering in shalom in the world. One way we do that is through this movement of Undivided. Undivided is about moving people, whether you are white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever your background. It's about moving us from a place of avoidance into relationship, into engagement, and actually from engagement to real actionable change. And so here's what I want to challenge you with. It's not that we have to do this as the church. We get to do this as the church, and we get to see what it looks like when grace and truth and justice and all the things that we know are true about the God that we serve come to bear on the biggest problem, what some would call America's original sin, and that's racial injustice in our country. We're born for this. We're made for this, and I want you to be a part of this conversation.